Morning, senior one again. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. Okay, senior one. Today we're gonna have O-level unit 10, but the structure part. As you remember, I gave you unit 10, the vocabulary part, and now we're gonna take the structure part. The structure of unit 10 will be the reported speech. Okay, what is the reported speech? What do you think it could be? Reported speech is when you tell me something and I want to report someone else what you just told me. Okay? So it's when we tell someone what another person said. To do this, we use the indirect speech. Okay, so the direct speech is like this example. I work in a bank, said Daniel. To turn it to indirect speech, I will say, Daniel said that he worked in a bank. What's the difference here? What can you notice? Okay, so the difference between both sentences is that I changed the present simple to past simple. So as you can see here, to turn the direct speech into an indirect speech or reported speech, we often use a tense which is further back in the past. Worked here is the past simple for the tense that was originally used, which was work. This is called backshift. Okay, and as you can see also that we change the pronouns. Like you can see, I will be changed to he or she or you or I based on the sentence. We will be they or we also. Me will be him, her, you, or me also. Us will be them or us. Mine, his, hers, yours, mine. Ours, theirs, or ours. You will be I, he, she, they, we, you. And you, if it's an object, not a subject, it will be me, him, her, them, us. All those pronouns will change based on the sentence. Last four here will be my, changing to his, her, your, my, and our will change to their or our. Your will be my, his, her, their, our, and yours will be mine, his, hers, theirs, ours, and yours. And in the same way, some words would change from the direct speech into the indirect speech to other words. Like here, these changes to those. This changes to that. Now will be then or at that time. Here changes to there. Today, that day. Tonight, that night. Yesterday, the day before or the previous day. And tomorrow will be next or following day. Ago will change to before, and the last thing will be last week changes to the week before. So, present simple direct speech, like I travel a lot in my job, will be past simple indirect speech. Jamila said that she traveled a lot in her job. What about the present continuous direct speech? The baby's sleeping. The baby sleeping here means the baby is sleeping. It will turn to past continuous indirect speech. He told me the baby was sleeping. Okay, what about present perfect direct speech? I have hurt my leg. It will turn to past perfect indirect speech. She said she had hurt her leg. So, senior one, can you notice here that all the tenses are shifting back one tense? Of course you notice. But let's see a note here. Past simple and past continuous. They are already in the past. What can I do? I'm going to shift them again to the previous past tense for them. When we backshift past simple, we usually change it to past perfect. And the past continuous will be usually changed to past perfect continuous. Like example here, we lived in China for 5 years. It would turn to the past perfect. She told me they had lived in China for 5 years. Past continuous direct speech, it was raining all day. It will be changed to, he told me it had been raining all day, which is past perfect continuous. But we have a very important NB. The past perfect has no backshift. If I already have the past perfect tense in the direct speech, the indirect speech will also be past perfect. Like the example here. I had tried to pass the exam, but I couldn't. He said he had tried to pass the exam, but he couldn't. Okay. There's an NB also, which is a very important note, that if what the speaker has said is still true or relevant, it's not always necessary to change the tense. This might happen when the speaker has used a present tense. Like, for example, I go to the gym next to your house. Jenny told me that she goes to the gym next to my house. Why I didn't change the tense? Because the sentence itself is still relevant. It's still true and it's still happening. That means I don't have to change the tense. What about the following sentence? I'm working in Italy for the next 6 months. It will also be, he told me he is working in Italy for the next 6 months. Why is this? Because it's still true. It's still happening. Okay, I've broken my arm. She said she has broken her arm, so she won't be at work this week. Again, it will be the same tense because it's still true. I made you here a very simple table. For the tenses in the direct speech will be changed to which tenses in the reported speech for you to remember. And each tense with its example. You can see here the present simple. I always drink coffee, she said. So it will be reported speech to past simple. She said that she always drank coffee. Same for the present continuous. I'm reading a book. He explained. He explained that he was reading a book. Past simple. We agreed upon changing the past simple to the past perfect. So Bill arrived on Saturday, he said. He said that Bill had arrived on Saturday. Present perfect would change to past perfect. I've been to Spain, he told me. He told me that he had been to Spain. Past perfect, as we agreed, has no backshift. Will remain as it is, past perfect. I had just turned out the light, he explained. He explained that he had just turned out the light. The same as it is. Present perfect continuous. They complained, we have been waiting for hours. Will turn to past perfect continuous. They complained that they had been waiting for hours. But the past continuous will turn to, again, past perfect continuous. We were living in Paris, they told me. They told me that they had been living in Paris. What about will, can, may? They will turn to would, could, and might. I will be in Geneva on Monday, he said. The reported speech will be, he said that he would be in Geneva. And if I use can, it will be could. If I use may, I will use might. The last thing, she said, I'll be using the car next Friday, which is future continuous. It will turn to, she said that she would be using the car next Friday. We have a very important note here. We don't change the tenses after those expressions. So whenever you see senior 1, those expressions, you won't change the tenses for them in the reported speech. Expressions like I wish, would rather, would like, it's time, and had better. Example, I wish I didn't waste my time, said Ahmed. Ahmed said that he wished he didn't waste his time. It will remain as it is, past simple. We also don't change the tense if we have says. Example, Amani says, I don't like fish. So Amani says she doesn't like fish. Remain as it is because I used says, not said. What about the reported speech questions? Let's see. Will you buy this t-shirt? Ashraf said. It will be Ashraf wondered if I would buy that t-shirt. As I told you, will be changed to would. Okay, is anyone here? He asked. So it will be he asked if or whether anyone was there. Have you met my sister? Nada said to Reem. Nada asked Reem if she had met her sister. Past simple, it's present perfect will turn to past perfect. Can you swim? Tariq said Omar. Omar said Tariq if he could swim. Okay? Can will be changed to could. I made you hear some questions answered for you so that you know how we are gonna answer the direct speech. Okay, I'll send you a postcard, which is I will send you a postcard. So he told us that, yes, I'm gonna change will to what? To would. So he told us that he would send us a postcard. We have bought a new car. They told me they had bought a new car. Past simple will be changed to past perfect. I don't speak German. This is present. I will turn it to one backshift tense, which is the past simple. She said that she didn't speak German. You failed your art exam. This is past simple already. Will be shifted to past perfect. You said that we had failed our art exam. Okay. I can't drive. He said that he couldn't drive. As you can see, can or can't will be turned to could and couldn't. You look nice. It's present simple. Will be shifted to past simple. He told me that I looked nice. We are going ice skating. We're going, it's the same like we are going, which is present continuous. Will be changed to past continuous. They said they were going ice skating. And the last one answered for you will be the students aren't listening to me. It will shift to the teacher said the students weren't listening to her. Present continuous will be changed to past continuous. Okay? Now we have here exercise for changing the statements into the reported speech. And we're going to start with she said. Okay? Let's start. Okay, let's see number 1. He works in a bank. So, I have to check first the tense of the sentence. Tense of the sentence here is present simple. So, which tense it will be shifted to? It will backshift one tense, which is past simple. And he asked me to put she said at the beginning of the sentence. So, it will be she said that he worked in a bank. She said that he worked in a bank. By the way, guys, all those sheets, this booklet of reported speech, will be available by your number of the class. You're gonna have your copy. Just anytime pass by the school and take your booklet for the reported speech. Okay, so that you answer those sheets, because I'm gonna give you homework and I'll be waiting for them to correct them back. Okay. So, to answer the classwork, you can answer with me in a piece of paper, or you're gonna have the answers orally from me now, and you're gonna copy them when you take the sheets. Okay. Number 2, we went out last night. So the answer will be what? The tense of the tense of the sentence first, as I asked you to check, which is past simple. And I told you past simple will be shifted one tense backward, which is past perfect. So she said that they had gone out that night. Last night will be the night before. This night will be that night, but last night will be the night before. Okay, I'm coming. It will be turned to what? It's present continuous. So it will be turned to past continuous. She said that she was coming. I was waiting for the bus when he arrived. So this is past continuous. It will be what? Past. I was waiting. Past continuous will be past perfect continuous. So it will be, she said that she had been waiting for the bus when he had arrived. Okay, so we here have two tenses, was waiting and when he arrived. It will be had been waiting when he had arrived, because the past simple turns to past perfect. I had never been there before. This is already past perfect, and I told you past perfect has no back shift, so we're gonna leave it as it is. We're gonna say she said that she had never been there before. Okay, I didn't go to the party. It's past simple, will be shifted to past perfect. So it will be, this is, I'm sorry, just a second. This is number 6. I didn't go to the party. So it will be, she said that she hadn't gone to the party. She hadn't gone to the party. Okay, number 7. Lucy will come later. She said that Lucy would come later. As I told you, will be changed to would. He hasn't eaten breakfast. This is present perfect. I'm going to change it to past perfect. It will be, she said that he hadn't eaten breakfast. And I can help you tomorrow. Can will be turned to could, and tomorrow will be the day after. So she said that he could help her the day after. Okay? But here, she is reporting that she will help me. So I can help you tomorrow. She said that she could help me the day after. Because here, there is no he. It's only she said and me. You will be me. So she said that she could help me the day after. And the last one, you should go to bed early. She said that I should go to bed early. Now, yes, as you heard, this will be the last one to answer in this exercise, and from 11 till 20 will be homework. Let's see the following exercise. Change the following questions into reported speech. Okay, so the first question, Christopher, do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? It's a present simple question. I'm going to shift it to past simple question. So it will be Chris. Hello again. I splitted this video to 2 videos. That's why you're going to find me reading again the same question that I stopped at, which is, Christopher, do you want to dance? We are completing the questions in this video. Okay, change the following questions into the reported speech. Christopher, do you want to dance? Okay, the question says, Christopher, do you want to dance? Okay, first of all, you have to know a very important note, that in the normal sentences or the regular sentences that we have in grammar, when we turn a statement into a question, we make scissors, so that we have the verb before the subject. But in the reported speech, I don't do this. The subject remains before the verb, and this is a very important note you have to understand. Okay? So number 1, Christopher, do you want to dance? So it will be, Christopher asked me if I wanted to dance. Why I turned it to past simple? Because it's in the present simple for the direct speech. So the indirect speech would be moving back shift tense, which is the past simple. So if I wanted to dance. And don't forget that for the questions of yes or no, I have to put if or whether in the direct in the reported speech. Okay? And the reported speech answers. What about question 2? Betty, when are you coming? So Betty asked me when I was coming. Take care, I cannot say when was I coming. When was I coming? in the normal sentences, not in the reported speech. So here it will be when I was coming. The subject has to be before the verb to be, which is was here. And of course, the tense is the present continuous, so it will be turned to past continuous in the reported speech. Okay. Number 3. Ronald, where does Maria park her car? So, Ronald asked me. So it will be Ronald asked me, where did Maria park her car? Why did I do this? Because it's in the present simple. I have to backshift it to one tense, which is past simple. So where does will be where did Maria park her car? Number 4. Mandy, can I help you? So it will be what? We said can will be turned to could. And can I help you needs a yes or no answer or not? Yes, it needs a yes or no answer. So I have to put what? If or whether in the reported speech. So it will be what? Mandy, can I help you? It will be Mandy asked me if he could help me. Mandy asked me if he could help me. Okay? Number 5. Andrew, will Mandy have lunch with Sue? Will Mandy have lunch with Sue? This is using will. It has to be turned to would. And we're going to put the verb as it is in the infinitive, because will and would, can and could, may and might, all the modal verbs have to take verb in the infinitive as follows. So it will be what? Andrew asked me, would Mandy have lunch with Sue? Would Mandy have lunch with Sue? Guys, I'm answering with you the classwork, but when you take those sheets, the booklet for the reported speech, please answer them in your sheets. Okay, number 6. Justin, what are you doing? Justin is asking me here, what are you doing? So I want to report what Justin asked me. So I will say what? What are you doing is in the present continuous. I have to turn it to past continuous. So Justin asked me, what was I doing or what I was doing? Yes, what I was doing. Because I said in the reported speech, I have to put the subject before the verb. What I was doing. Number 7. Frank, how much pocket money does Lisa get? So it will be what? Frank asked me, how much pocket money did Lisa get? Okay, does will be turned to did. Number 8. Anne, can I do the shopping? So this needs a yes or no answer. So what will I put in the reported speech? Exactly. If or whether. So it will be what? Anne asked me if she could do the shopping. If she could do the shopping. Robert, is Tim leaving on Friday? Is Tim leaving on Friday? This is a present continuous tense. I have to turn it in the reported speech to past continuous tense. And take care, I'm going to put the subject before verb to be. So it will be what? And this, of course, needs yes or no answer. So I'll be putting also what? If or whether. So Robert asked me whether Tim was leaving on Friday. Whether Tim was leaving on Friday. Not whether was Tim leaving. No. Whether Tim was leaving. Subject, which is Tim here, will be before was. And the last question, Daniel is asking, will it rain tomorrow? So I want to report what Daniel asked me. So I will say what? Daniel asked me if or whether it would rain the following day. Tomorrow will be turned to the following day, and will be turned to would. And this is yes or no question. I have to put yes. I put if or whether. If it would rain the following day. Okay. Now the following question. Correct the mistakes in the following sentences. Number 1. He asked me what my name is. Of course, it has to be in the past. So it's not is, it will be was. So he asked me what my name was. Number 2. He asked how old my parents are. It has to be in the past also. So he asked how old my parents were. And as I told you, the verb will be after the subject. So it's not what was my name, what my name was. How old were my parents? No, it will be how old my parents were. Number 3. The policeman asked the boy where he lives. It will be the policeman asked the boy where he lived. She asked what time the train arrives. No, she asked what the time the train arrived. She asked when they can have dinner. Of course, can should be turned to could in the reported speech. So she asked when they could have dinner. When they could have dinner. Peter asked John why he is so late. Peter asked John why he was so late. Why he was, not was he. Why he was. Always focus that the subject is before the verb in the reported speech. Number 7. She asked me why I don't handle my papers in time. She asked me why I didn't handle my papers in time. And the last one, the doctor asked me when I start to follow a healthy diet. It will be the doctor asked me when I started to follow a healthy diet. Change the following questions into reported speech. Who is she? Will be, you asked me who she was. Why are you in Paris? You asked me why I was in Paris. Okay, focus that the subject will be before the verb. And present simple will turn to past simple. Who is she? This is verb to be in the present, which is. In the past will be was. You remember, as I told you, am, is, or for verb to be in the present and was or were for the past. So here it will be was because I'm talking about she. Who she was, why I was in Paris. Number 3. Whose shoes do you take? Whose shoes do you take? You wanted to know whose shoes did I take? What about number 4? Number 4. Okay, yes, from number 4 to number 8 it will be homework. But I want to give you number 7 because it's passive. How are you gonna use the passive for the reported speech? I'm asking here, where do you usually go running? And he put for me the object, not the subject here. So you asked me where running, where running was usually done by me. It will be passive, past passive. Okay, let's see the correct answer choices. I'll answer them with you. It will be number 1. Where do you live? Will be B. Me who asked me where I lived. Where I lived. The subject before the verb. Then what is the time? What is the time? It will be B. Larry wanted to know what the time was, not what was the time. What the time was. Number 3. Can I use your phone? It will be B. I asked her if I could use her phone. Why did I choose this choice? Because I told you, yes or no questions have to take if or whether in the reported speech. And number 4, where are my keys will be also B. He wanted to know where his keys were. Again, the subject before the verb. And number 5, what is she doing or what's she doing? Its present continuous will be past continuous. And take care, the subject before the verb again. So it will be B. I wondered what she was doing, not what was she doing. What she, the subject here, before was. The last question, how was work? It will be what? How was work will be also B. He asked how work was. Okay, thank you for your time and thank you for watching this video. Please, if you have any questions, get back to me. Again, I made another video for the questions because I found that the other video was really large, too heavy for you to download. So this is the second part for this type. It's the final video for the reported speech. I hope you do your homework. If you have any questions, again, get back to me, and don't forget to study. You have to study and practice because the reported speech needs a lot of practice, needs a lot of answering questions. Okay? Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.